Hey guys, my name is City and welcome back to another episode of SnowFool here in City Skylines, where we have been doing so many expansions lately. We started to bring in so many new people, which is hopefully going to push us all the way up to 100,000 in population. And I've got big plans for the city as well. Some of them include a brand new industry. But today, before we get any of that industry in, we need to think about how we can get the goods to the industries and out of the industries and exported a little bit quicker and a little bit easier, which I'm probably now going to regret doing this, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. But I'm thinking about implementing today the cargo airport. Oh my goodness me. Now a lot of you are going, yay, that's amazing, City, you're down for audio. Well, it can normally go one or two ways with a cargo airport. They all decide that they want to use the cargo airport to import and export, which means I go from having huge shipping backlogs to then having huge plane backlogs. So you just can't win. But we're going to try and utilize it in this area, but there's a few things that we've got to do to be able to get it all in. Now, we're going to need to connect up the train line to it. We need a decent road connection to it as well to really maximize how many goods and products and how efficient it's going to be to get the products in and out. So if you are enjoying SnowFool, boys, and want to see more, then make sure you smash that like button down below. If you aren't new around here, make sure you do subscribe so you get notified when that next episode does come out. But this one's going to be a good one. So I've located the area, which is going to be within this section here, obviously where we've got the current airport right now. And we need to figure out how we're going to implement the stuff in. So let's first take a look at the actual cargo airport itself. Now, it falls under the normal airport area here, and we want this, the cargo hub airport. So wherever you put it, am I underground? Sorry, no, it needs to be placed on a building roadside. So wherever I put it, I've got to make sure that we've got adequate spacing for the train line and train connection to get in. But also at the same time, we need to make sure we've got enough room for our road network as well. Now, looking at the train line here that comes into the cargo, there's a couple of trains already kind of backed up right now. So to be honest with you, I don't think using that train line will be the best, because there's a connection there with a V. I know it does lead down to all here and all that kind of jazz. But you know our little underground pass here? Well, it's quite open, quite free. If I V'd it there underground and brought it up and in, that might be the better option for us. It also then divides the distance to get from one side to the other to the airport a little bit easier, which could mean it becomes a lot more efficient. I was going to make sure they don't cause backlogs currently on that. But in terms of road, I'm going to have to maybe utilize this, but we're going to change a lot of it up to kind of fall a little bit closer and a little bit shorter to get to its destination. Okay. So, first things first then, we need to kind of get this connected. Now, I'm not entirely sure which the best option would be to kind of get this in and implemented. So, looking at this right now, they come in. So, if I look at it this way, they come in on the right side and leave on the left. Now, does that happen on many other things? What about like a normal train station? Here. It's kind of hard to kind of figure out which way they come in and out of. I need to find a little cargo train station. That would make a lot of sense. Over here. Yeah, so they always come into the right and leave on the left. So, by that logic, the airport should technically be the same. So, coming to the right, leave on the left. So, how we'll do it then is we'll build the loop for the vehicles, and then we'll take a look at implementing the actual airport in itself. Now, there's nothing stopping me also bringing it down, because this is going to exit via this road here. And then we're also going to have to bring in, so if I did a 10... So 10 might be a little bit too much, if I'm completely honest with you. So let me just do that there, which obviously has to be like a normal style road. We'll go with like a normal one-way rural style road for now, just on this bit. But the airport itself, if it was connected here, I just got to move it down a little bit more, and I think we're all okay. So yeah, I think these spaces will be fine. So bring that down to about there, and then we'll just implement the airport in. So we'll push this back. So obviously you want to give it a little bit of space. I want to give it as much space as I can. And I'm going to go just here. So if I went there with the airport, I know it does kind of connect and smack bang into... the wind turbine, but technically we don't need the wind turbine anymore. So I could just now delete the wind turbines. Right, delete, and delete the other one. Oh, I've just deleted the airport. You damn fool. Right, get you just there. So it's a little bit out of the way right now. We'll kind of claim a little bit of this area. We'll actually be able to finish off the key walling system as well. But it gives us plenty of room here, especially for the landing of the planes coming this way and in. That's going to be quite important as well. So let's extend this up. So I think after so far, it will stop becoming raw. Then it will become the, whatchamacallit, the highway style road. So I know it's a 10 away. So we're just going to do a simple 5x5 bend here. So 5x5, 5x5. And then that should run smoothly direct down to here. And then we'll just kind of confirm that there. There, and then the connection should work just there. So we've got to get these all connected in now. We'll leave that to the very end, because technically I don't want them to start using it just yet. Now there's a lot of vehicles already starting to build up at the cargo area over here, so I wonder how much is going to change right now once we implement the airport in. So train line wise, we're going to bring this out to about here. That might be a little bit too far, so we'll delete just there. And what I wanted to do is, where's the actual underground section? It's just there. So it would be nice to bring that out like there. And then that's where we kind of run it in. So bring you to there. And we should just use the loop tool for the connection, right? Loopity loops, loopity loops. Just like that. You can't get any simpler than that, right? Oh, that's perfect, boys. That is perfect. So, now then, we're going to bring this down. So, we'll go quite deep. We'll go to a -10. And then that should give us... Oh, actually, you can go a little bit further than that. So, looking for a 21 via a 21. Now, of course, I want to bring it a little bit closer. So, I'm going to bring that into there. Bring that into there. Bend, 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 bend. And that's our little connection straight in. So technically they could utilize this. They could utilize it because they can just bring the trains directly in. Now I just realized we actually don't have power here. So the power that was connecting was from the wind turbine that I did delete. Right, has it got water? Okay, it's got water. So it will be functional now, only for trains though. Only technically now for trains. So what we'll do next then is we'll work with the alignment tool. And we'll go... Oh, hang on, am I selecting it? Yes, so there to here and then bam. So it does eventually crisscross all the way down. We'll kind of just slightly adjust some of these now. Right, get that to the correct... Oh, it looks a little bit weird, doesn't it? I think it's mainly down because of the length of it. There we go. That will work. We'll just kind of smoothen it off a little bit. There's nothing too crazy going on around here anyway, so it will be alright. It will be alright. There we go. Nothing too crazy. Okay, magical. Magical. So yeah, it's connected there, so the train line is not going to be hindered around the main network too much. It's still pretty easy to get to, and the traffic coming from this direction hasn't got to go through a long kind of complicated section. Just kind of turn off directly in, and we're Gucci, boys. We're Gucci. So let's sort out the exit first then. So the highway, and we'll bring this up to there. Now what I'll do, I'll connect it directly here, but then we'll add and implement our own little bend on it. So that will kind of catapult it directly out. Now I know it's got to share this single file lane, but we'll see how bad it is. I know the lane math doesn't quite math right now, but at the end of the day, I'm bringing 3 roads into a 2-laner, so it's just never going to work anyway. But we'll see what happens with this. I don't expect to be much traffic because we don't really see much traffic come out of here in general. So we'll see how we get on with that. It's just the upper side and where we bring the vehicles in is going to be the interesting one. Because if this keeps backlogging up, then the backlog is going to keep going. So I reckon we might need to almost turn this into a 3 lane. So I know we'll go from a 2 to a 3, which is okay because we're dispersing the traffic away to get the extra turn-off point. Now, where would that extra turn-off point be? So I'm going to slightly build this backwards now. So we'll get to about here. So we'll go a 10 by 15. No, 10 by 12. Oh, whoopsie. Whoopsie. 10 by 12. And then what we'll do, we'll run it directly to... We'll run it to there. So we might get a node in the middle. Yep. So if I go here, and if I bend, and then bend, right, I know it's completely backwards right now. And what we'll then do is we'll go for a 3-lane highway, which is this normal one here. And we'll do this from about there. So you can see how that works. Because if this does start to backlog, I know it's dying down right now, but on the off chance it does start to backlog, as soon as they enter from this 2 lane, they get 3 lanes to pick from the 2, which is easy than going from 2 to 3. It's easy to go from it's easy from going from 3 to 2 is difficult because you've got to combine 2 lanes into 1. But going from 2 to 3, you're just creating a new lane. Let me just turn this around. I got to turn this around as well. There we go. So you can see from the lane management right now, straight on. Keep these straight as well. So if you're going to the cargo terminal, you're going to stay in the green lane from the moment you exit the 2 lane into a double. And then you'll only go blue if you go into the airport. So it's quite fairly straightforward, isn't it? It is fairly straightforward. But this is City Skylines, boys. Nothing's ever straightforward. Right, okay. Okay. So, technically then, the airport is fully functional. We've now just got to finish off some of the key walling and then just give it all the time in the world to hopefully now finalise. So, this key walling then, I'm actually going to delete just to there. And hopefully we can kind of set some of this now all up. So, it's the normal style. We've gone for a nice little bend just there. I could have kept this going straight down, but I suppose it doesn't really mean anything at the moment. So if I go across by a 5, I mean, I could just go like that. Which would make life a little bit easier. So for us here, we'll go down to a 12. So I don't want to do anything too crazy. I want it as simple as can be. Alright, trying to get this now to work is going to be fun. So if I just go to there and I come off a 10, a 10 just here. Alright, we'll do a 5. What's a bend here like? 10. We'll do 10 by 13. I'm not going to complain too much. I wonder if you can do a connection tool here. You can, can't you? Okay, maybe not. It doesn't want to play ball. It doesn't want to play ball, so I'll just keep it nice and standard. I'll keep it nice and standard. So, now then, it's a bit funky that, isn't it? It's very staggered. But it's quite, you know, unique at the same time. So, if I select this one here and then elevate you to the object height of, for example, over here. All I've then got to do is run the alignment from here all the way to here. Press enter and the magic has now connected and we should be good to go. It's very staggered. It's very, very, very staggered right now. But with a little bit of terrain in, we should be able to get it all now sorted. There we go. So we'll smoothen it all first, and no, level it all first, and then we'll smoothen it after. So that train line there is technically still elevated. Because the way it was built, it was already elevated anyway. So smoothen, 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 smoothen. Which will now quickly sink it down. Yeah, I think that will work. Without doing anything else. Should work. Right, let's have a little fast forward now. Give us time to disperse the water. And also at the same time, give them time to realise that the cargo airport now exists. And for them to start actually utilising it. I'm just hoping that road is perfectly placed. Oh yeah, there's actually vehicles on the way down. So this vehicle here should turn in. Right? It should turn in. Perfect. We now have vehicles on the way, so it shouldn't be too long then before we start actually seeing trains. That's when we know we've made it. Right, what's going on here, boys? I thought I smoothened all this off. Oh, no, I think it's actually the road sinking down. So if I went there to, example, here. There we go. And then smoothie, smoothie, smoothie. That should slightly disperse some of that water now as well. Oh, snap. A cargo plane. Yes. Right, very good. That's our first plane. So we know it works. We're just going to see them coming in as well. We know the exports are going to work. We're just got to wait to see them coming in. So I've noticed that there's not that many cargo ships now. Which could be slightly worrying. Because now we're going to have a huge influx in planes. But hopefully this is all set up correctly to where we shouldn't really have any issues. Or so he says. Or so he says. Right, now it's time to finalise some of these areas off. We can place down a couple of trees. Now I know we're near an airport, so you don't want to go too crazy with the trees. But we can definitely bring it down the front of the area. Oh, I can't place trees down here yet. Because technically, it's still underwater. You know what I mean? So a nice little brush of them. And, yeah, we'll wait for the rest. Oh, this train line here is sunken down as well. So, here, can I even select it there? It does drop down slightly. So at least the train line should now be able to get to where it needs to get to. Right, we're just waiting for planes, and we're just waiting for our first cargo plane to arrive. Oh, there we go, our first cargo train. Oh, and one's leaving as well, so that's pretty good. So it's come from all the way over here. Wow, that's some distance to travel to export some goods. That's why we set it up on that train line there. So, you know, it doesn't cause too much backlog. So hopefully things go to plan. Oh, this is quite exciting, isn't it? It is quite exciting. Another train leading out. So they're dropping the goods off and off they go back to their original destinations. So we've seen vehicles arrive and go in. We're now seeing trains arrive and go in. We've seen a cargo plane leave, but technically we didn't see it take off. So we're now just waiting for a cargo plane to actually land. That's all we're waiting for right now. There's a plane there, but I believe that's just taken off from the actual passenger airport. So how long are we going to have to wait? How long must we wait? We could be here for quite some time. There's a helicopter going over there, I just noticed it. Yeah, we could be here for quite some time, but seeing the trains coming in is quite important. Now, we're not getting that much vehicle traffic, which is a good thing in many ways. If you're not getting the vehicle traffic in, it's only good as long as you're getting train traffic coming in, because what they're doing is they're being efficient and they're choosing to train it in rather than drive it in. So you know that your whole mass transport network is pretty much I won't say efficient, but it's efficient enough where they rather bring it in via bulk and train, because that's more efficient, I keep throwing that word around, than driving the product in individually. So we are just waiting for a plane. Come on, Mr. Planes, where are you? Where are you, Mr. Plane? Oh, okay, we got one generated to leave. There we go. So yeah, they keep bringing goods in. We're always going to keep generating planes to leave. So the fact that that's flying that way shows me the plane's going to come from this way. Oh, there we go. There's a plane. Can I get it? Oh, no. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Owner car... Wait, I haven't... Wait, hold on. Wait, what? Oh, okay, that's a plane that took off, dropped off goods outside the region and flew back. I was going to say it for a second. I didn't know I had a cargo airport. So that's taken goods out and then come back. And there it lands as well. It's a pretty nice little run-up as well, isn't it? That's probably one of the better ones I've ever built. That was pretty straight. Right, that worked out fairly well. That worked out a little bit too well, if you ask me. No cargo on board, but it might load up to then exit again, unless it despawns. But at the same time, another train is now coming in. Well, that was quite impressive. Even if I do say so myself. Even if I do say so myself. So, by having that additional layer right now of the ability to import and export goods, did it actually load up and exit? Yes. We've now added, like I said, an additional layer to import and exporting cargo, which means now if I start creating more cargo in the shape of a fishing industry, a farming industry, and even all the unique factories that we need to kind of implement, it gives them many, many more options in how they can export and import the goods required, which hopefully shouldn't cause that many issues on our roads, trains, shipping lanes. It should work out. It should work out. Yo, look at the amount of vehicles over here right now trying to export the goods. I mean, they're slowly doing it though, and they're slowly getting through the backlog, but that's kind of crazy how much oil is coming out of here. I mean, 90 grand in oil almost. That's actually really good. That is ridiculous how much money we're making from our oil industry. And now with additional layers, I did see a few oil tankers shipping the goods in on the train. So it just goes to show, boys, how far and how far they're willing to take their goods to export them. I think that train just had a few oil tanks on the back as well. Damn. But we'll end it here anyway, guys. We've set ourselves up quite nicely right now in this big industrialized area to be able to import and export a load of the goods. Hopefully, we can keep moving forward and keep rocking and rolling and hopefully build up more industries. So we'll end it here, guys. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I will see you all soon. So, goodbye.